Jude 1:9 presents us with a rather unique story not found elsewhere in the Bible. It describes a situation where the archangel Michael had to engage in a sort of confrontation with Satan himself over the body of Moses. However, the text does not delve into the details of how this unfolded. Jude 1:9 states, "But even the archangel Michael, when he was disputing with the devil, Satan, and arguing about the body of Moses, did not dare to bring a slanderous accusation against him, but said, 'The Lord rebuke you.'" This passage from the book of Jude tells us about a curious episode that, according to the author, is not mentioned in any other part of the scriptures. This raises the question, where did Jude get this story from? Some suggest that this information came through oral tradition, but this is a gray area. We cannot say for sure. The reason for the dispute between Michael and Satan over Moses' body remains a mystery. There is a theory that Satan wanted to know the burial site to create a shrine there, leading Israel into the error of worshiping Moses' bones, something that Michael, as the defender of the people of Israel, wanted to prevent at all costs, keeping the location a secret to avoid idolatry. Daniel 10:21 in the Amplified Bible tells us, "But I, Gabriel, will tell you what is inscribed in the writing of truth. There is no one who stands firmly with me and strengthens himself against these hostile spiritual forces except Michael, your prince, the guardian of your nation." When we mention Moses, different people may have different reactions, given that he is such an emblematic figure. His death is somewhat mysterious in the scriptures. We know that he died at 120 years old, but interestingly, without losing his vision or strength. Even at an advanced age, Moses was in full form. However, for disobeying God at the waters of Meribah Kadesh, he was not allowed to enter the promised land, only to see it before he died. In the final moments of his life, Moses was given the opportunity by God to look upon the land that had been the reason for his departure from Egypt. He climbed Mount Nebo, starting from the plains of Moab until reaching the summit of Pisgah. Imagine, this mountain is about 4,500 feet high, nearly a kilometer. It's not every day that we see someone 120 years old scaling a mountain of this size and then living to tell the tale. But Moses was no ordinary person. He faced this climb with determination, without needing any paths made easier. If anyone doubts his strength at this age, this adventure answers a lot. Moses knew these would be his last days, as God had informed him and had also prepared Joshua to take his place. After decades of bearing the responsibility of leading his people, Moses could finally climb that mountain feeling lighter, knowing his mission was nearing its end. From the top, he had the chance to appreciate the promised land for the last time, a place he knew he would never set foot on. This was a moment he had long awaited. And then, the time came for Moses to depart from this life, exactly as the Lord had decreed. He died alone, but at peace. His death is narrated in the last 6 verses of Deuteronomy chapter 34. The notion that death makes us see life from a different perspective is indeed something to ponder, isn't it? Imagine living to 120 without the need for glasses or a walker. Moses was not the type to spend his days in a rocking chair, complaining about pains while taking some medication. The Israelites surely missed his advice and wise leadership immensely. His impact on their lives was so profound that they needed an entire month to process and mourn his departure. But as with everything in life, this mourning period came to an end. This reminds us that after life comes the final farewell with burial, and with Moses, it was the same. Interestingly, verse 6 offers a remarkable revelation about Moses' extraordinary life. According to Deuteronomy 34:6 in the Amplified Bible, God did something exceptional for Moses that he did not do for anyone else. He himself buried Moses in a valley in the land of Moab, near Beth Peor. To this day, no one knows exactly where Moses was buried. The reason for God hiding the location is quite interesting: to prevent the grave from becoming a pilgrimage and worship site. Just imagine, if the location were known, there would probably be excursions to Mount Nebo, complete with souvenir sales and even tram tours announcing the site as the tomb of Moses. Therefore, God chose to keep this secret. This divine act is so significant that it even resulted in a confrontation between angels. But what really stands out is the humility of the Archangel Michael. Despite his high position and the crucial role he will play in the future, as described in the Bible, he did not take it upon himself to rebuke Satan directly. He left that task to God, showing a fear and respect that we all can learn from. There was a celestial conflict, as narrated in Revelation 12:7-9 in the Amplified Bible. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. Michael is highlighted in various parts of the Bible, such as in Daniel, Jude, and Revelation, as a celestial defender engaged in spiritual warfare. The term archangel refers to an angel of elevated stature. While many angels are seen as messengers, Michael is consistently portrayed as a fighter against evil forces and spiritual authorities. The name Michael makes us question, is there anyone as grand as God? Daniel introduces us to Michael, who chooses not to make hasty judgments, preferring to declare the divine verdict. This divine censorship is similar to what is found in Zechariah 3:2, where the Lord rebukes Satan for his accusations against Joshua, the high priest. In Zechariah 3, Joshua is seen before the angel of the Lord, with Satan at his side, ready to accuse him. But the Lord intervenes, saying, "The Lord rebuke you, Satan. The Lord who has chosen Jerusalem rebuke you." Even with his immense power, Michael remains faithful and obedient to the Creator. The true strength of righteous angels lies in their respect and loyalty to divine authority. Michael's dedication to God highlights the beauty of submission, showing that it does not diminish one's power, purpose, or dignity. Michael's true strength is evident when he leads the celestial battle against Satan, as described in Revelation 12:7, culminating in Satan's expulsion from heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, prevailing, and thus the devil was cast down to the earth, where, enraged, he wages war against the faithful followers of God and Jesus. Confrontation, though unpleasant, is sometimes inevitable to promote correction, purification, and unity within a community. Even Michael did not act on his own will, but rather as a messenger of divine will, highlighting the importance of respecting one's position and authority. The story of Lucifer, the highest of creations who fell, serves as a reminder of the need for humility and reverence before God. It is a call to recognize our status as creatures before the Creator, encouraging us to fully trust and respect divine decisions, even in the face of doubt. God, in His justice and perfection, does not err. This conviction should guide us to fully trust in His actions and judgments. However, the reflection extends to how we recognize this sovereignty and whether we truly live under God's authority, valuing His essence. Ultimately, individual responsibility before God will be evaluated by how much we align ourselves with His commandments, not just in words, but in actions. Humanity tends to follow its own path, but the example of Michael, the archangel, highlights the importance of obedience and respect for the divine will.